Right-hand turns on an 84-passenger Bluebird rear-engine Transit. The steering wheels on a transit bus are sitting behind the driver. As opposed to a conventional bus, they sit in front of the driver. So when you make your right-hand turns, you will do everything later. You will wait to start your turn, and you will wait to complete your turn. Your rear dual will always be your pivot point regardless of which bus you're on, but that pivot point, because of where the wheels sit on the bus, it will be much different than on your conventional bus. So make sure you're taking these turns very slow so you have the opportunity to correct any problems that might arise as you're turning. So as we're approaching this turn, you're going to put your indicator on 100 feet before the turn and do a traffic check left and right. You're going to slow it way down, particularly if you've never driven a transit before or you're moving from conventional to transit. Watch how far out into the intersection, almost to the middle, and she starts to make her turn. Watching that lower right-hand mirror, of course, you're going to look back and forth traffic-wise, and then once the rear dual is parallel, and you'll see later I will show you two other examples so you can have a better view of what that's going to look like both in the mirror and outside, of how that right-hand turn is going to look. Once that rear dual is parallel to the street you're turning onto, you start straightening that wheel and continue on. Here's a look at what the right-hand turn will look like as you are looking in your lower right-hand mirror. Keep in mind, you will use all of your mirrors to check traffic, but utilize that lower right-hand mirror to make your turn. Remember to keep your steering wheel straight until you're ready to make your turn. This will make completing your turn easier. Another indicator on when you should start making your turn is your rear dual, which acts as a pivot point for the bus. When it's approximately 3 feet before the corner of the street you're turning onto, start making your turn at that time. When the rear dual is parallel to the street that you're turning onto, turn back in the other direction to straighten yourself out.
Now we're going to take a look at the right-hand turn from the outside. As you can see, Catherine's put on her indicator 100 feet before. I'm going to have Catherine do this slowly so we can take a look at how that rear dual is going around that corner and where that bus is, the front of the bus is, before she's actually turning. So she's going to take it again, like I said, nice and slow, particularly if you're learning this for the first time. See where that is in conjunction? You're almost in the middle of the roadway. And we'll come back here. Check out if she's going right along that curb edge, and she's making that turn nice and slow so she can correct anything that might be going wrong, like if you get too close to the curb or if you're too wide. You can start to make that adjustment at that time. And there you have it. That's the right-hand turn. Thank you, Catherine.
Following these tips will assist you in mastering your right-hand turns on an 84-passenger transit-style bus. Here's just one last thing I want to show you. I'm going to have Catherine demonstrate what happens when you do start to turn that wheel a little too soon. Let's take a look.
We're going to show you what it looks like when you start turning a little too soon and see what happens here, okay? Start to turn a little too soon, look what happens. You're going to go up on that curb and in that grass line. We really want to avoid doing that. Doesn't make the neighbors happy, doesn't make anyone happy, and you could actually have a child standing up on that curb, so we really want to stay and follow that curb line. All right, thanks so much, Catherine. I know that was hard to do because you don't want to drive that way, and we don't drive that way, but we wanted to give you an idea of what can happen when you start to turn that wheel too soon.
If you like this video, please remember to subscribe, like, and share. Thanks for watching.